Hey everyone, welcome back to another reading. Today's pick a card reading is all about answering the question, what are you currently manifesting in your finances? So in this reading, we're going to find out what you are currently manifesting and what you are currently attracting in your money and finances department. So remember, this is a general reading, so simply take what resonates and leave what does not. These readings are always meant to empower you. Today's reading is timeless, which means that these messages are meant for you to hear no matter when it is that you come across this reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, please check out the links in the description. Okay, so if you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing that you're going to do is you are going to pick the pile that you are the most intuitively drawn to. So we have pile 1 here, we have pile 2, we have pile 3, and we have pile 4. If you like to choose with crystals, I will pop them on the cards in just a second. Okay, so with pile 1 here, we have Selenite. With pile 2 here, we have Seafoam Calcite. Pile 3, we have Rose Quartz. And pile 4, we have Picasso or Picture Jasper. If you need more time, please pause the video, but when you are ready, you can go to the description of this video and find the timestamp that is linked to your pile. Then you can skip ahead to your reading all about answering the question, what are you currently? Hi, pile 1. If you chose the Selenite crystal, then you are in the right spot. This is a general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. So with the Chariot here, you are currently manifesting success in your finances and money. So with the Chariot, whatever challenges that you faced financially, maybe in the past, you will overcome. And I also feel like your ambition and your confidence and your willpower is going to be at an all-time high. And, if you've been feeling a lack of motivation or a lack of energy to do things that you once loved, just know that you will be picking up speed with the Chariot. You are going to be feeling a whole new sense of focus, and it's going to bring you really far in the financial department. I also feel like you're going to be approaching your goals with a lot more structure and discipline as well. And this is the energy of you taking action and making success happen for yourself. A side note here is that this card holds a very celestial energy, right? So you could find out more information that could be helpful to your money department in life by looking at the astrological transits or looking at your birth chart. Your second house rules things like money. So you can look at the, what's transiting your second house. You can also look at what signs you have in the second house. The Chariot is also linked to the zodiac sign Cancer. So I feel like you're going to be feeling a lot more nurtured and supported and protected in the financial department as well. Really, I just feel like you're going to be feeling a lot more enlightened during this time and aware of where you're headed. So this is all super great news, pile 2. The next card that we have here is Ascending the Mountain. So it says, keep going forward. So for some of you, I feel like this journey towards your financial goals hasn't always been the easiest. And maybe some of you out there are in a period of hard work right now. Maybe you've been laying down the foundation for your goals. And this card comes as a reminder that when you get tired, we can learn to rest and not quit. We have to keep going because the view from the top is going to be worth it and really extraordinary. Never let your weariness make you give up everything that you've worked so hard for. And some days, we make long lunges on our journey, and some days we can only take small steps. Either way, this is your reminder to keep taking that step forward each day, no matter what that looks like. And every step that you take towards your dreams or your goals is a step closer towards your ultimate goals and dreams. So remind yourself of your strength and your ability to go beyond any self-imposed barriers or limiting beliefs. This is your card that reminds you to go forward with confidence, pile. We do have the Mercury card here, and it says messages. So the planet Mercury represents things like how we communicate and how we think and how we navigate our world. If you want to take a deeper dive into the planet of Mercury and what it means for your birth, check out my podcast in the description. But the planet rules the signs of Gemini and Virgo, and with Mercury, you could be manifesting more financial opportunities by using your mind, your intellect, and your voice. Okay, so like for example, this could be things like podcasting, creating a talk show, interviewing people, working as a news anchor, writing columns in your local paper, right? Helping others by being a therapist, or, maybe being a creator on social media, maybe you are a singer. Those are just a few examples, but I really do feel like you're going to be able to manifest abundance through using the realm of communication. Some of you may enjoy researching, investigating, learning, or translating messages, but I do feel like your voice and your mind and your intellect are going to be key components in you creating more financial abundance for yourself. Mercury is also a reminder for us to take note of the messages that we've been getting from the universe. So I'm curious, what repeated messages or signs have you been receiving? For those of you who have been seeing angel numbers or repeating numbers, 111, 222, 333, 1111, and so on, I do have a free guide to help you interpret the numbers that you are seeing in real time. The link is in the description, and if you download the guide, you'll also get a discount code for my shop. So it's a win-win. Okay, so we do have the Passion card here, and it says Beetroot. So with this card, I feel like you're going to be manifesting something that you're very passionate about. So I'm curious, pile one, what drives you each day, and what motivates you, and what brings you joy? Because doing what we love is both energizing, a positive feedback loop for us. Your passion gives you more fuel to move forward towards success, and it helps us to become more resilient when we're faced with obstacles. So when you're passionate about what you do, it's more than just being about the money, and that's when true abundance shows up. So when you do things with passion and enthusiasm, success comes supernaturally. And I didn't mean supernaturally, but that came out that way, but naturally. This could be a message that the thing that brings your heart the most joy is the thing that's going to bring you an overflow of abundance. I keep hearing that saying in my head, the one that goes like, when you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So when this card pops up, it's also a good sign of success for any new projects, emotional or heart healing, and for your personal goals. The next card that we have here is Yes. So with this card, I feel like it's a great sign and a green light for your specific goal or dream. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do or go after or achieve or become, just know that the answer is yes. So if you've ever questioned the success of your dreams, your passions, or your goals, the answer is yes. You will succeed, and this card comes as a reminder to continue to hold the faith and believe in yourself and your success. The energetic clearing card, I feel like you're also currently manifesting like a cleaning of house in your finances. So it looks like you going through your old subscriptions and unsubscribing, or kind of like taking your card off of auto draft for certain bills that maybe they pile up every month, but maybe you don't use the service very often. I also feel like some of you are going to be actually clutter clearing in your house. So maybe getting rid of broken objects, objects that you don't use, items that could be rehomed, or things that could just be thrown away, honestly. So yeah, I do feel like with the energetic clearing card, you're going to be clearing out the old so that you can make room for new abundance to flow into our life, right? We can't take all of our trash from our past into our future, so this clearing card is spot on. Okay, so we also have the compass card here, and so I think that you might be like changing directions in some way and kind of like following your own inner compass. I do feel like by doing this, you will attract more financial abundance. For any of you out there that are stuck in a job, or you feel stuck in a job that you really don't enjoy, or maybe you have a boss that you really don't like, just know that you are going to kind of be following your own arrow, and this is actually going to help you manifest more abundance in your life. So the back of this card says, let your heart be your compass. So yeah, I feel like it just brings up the question, like, what are you passionate about? What motivates you? What gets you out of bed every single day, right? Let that be your guiding light. Like for me, it's supporting my kids and being the best mother that I can be to them. And so that's what drives me every day. And that's what keeps me back on, that's what keeps me on track and it keeps me focused. And if I ever get tired or weary or burnt out, I can always rest and then come back to my why. So let your heart be your compass, pile 1. We also have the high priority card. So it says, time is not a renewable resource. And while we all have 24 hours to work with, you've got a unique set of priorities and responsibilities that impact the way you spend your days. Your 24 hours are not the same 24 hours as your celebrity faves or your best friends or your mentors. Acknowledging that reality is incredibly freeing. When you realize that decorating isn't a priority right now, it becomes okay for your home to not look like a magazine spread. So what are your top 3 priorities right now? Let these priorities dictate where you invest your time. I love that. I'm going to read that again. So what are your top 3 priorities right now? Let these priorities dictate where you invest your time. So again, I feel like we're on the same topic of like clutter clearing. What do we need to stop investing in, right? What are your priorities and how can we start building in more time for the things that we love, right? So, okay, the next thing that I want to do here is I want to do a book divination for you to get any additional information that you might need to know. So today's book divination comes from the book Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. And let's find out what additional information does pile 1 need to know for their highest and best good? Okay, so this one says, take care of yourself. So it says, the groundwork of all happiness is health. James Lee Hunt. And it says, take care of yourself. It's hard to feel happy in your mind when you are feeling unhealthy in your body. Instead of making your own well-being your lowest priority, move something off your list so that you can have the time and the energy to take care of something that really matters. I love this. I feel like we keep talking about prioritizing yourself, prioritizing the things that we love. So I think that just drives the point further. What do you love? Who do you love? What do you want to prioritize? Who do you want to prioritize? And let that kind of be your guiding force. I think that this is something that's going to help you manifest a lot more happiness, a lot more abundance, and a lot more emotional fulfillment. I'm seeing a lot of purple here too. So I'm really thinking about your crown chakra, and that is where all of our divinely inspired ideas come through. That's where we are connected to source. So pay attention to your creative ideas, pay attention to kind of those ahas and those epiphanies that are coming through, because you actually are being guided and you are being led to take action on certain things that maybe are divinely inspired. So yes. So the next thing I want to do is I want to roll your astro dice to see what else you're currently manifesting in your finances. So what else is pile 2 currently manifesting in their finances? Okay, so we have Aquarius, we have Uranus here, and then we have the 4th house. Okay, so with Uranus, it talks about change, and with the 4th house, it talks about our home. So there could be maybe some changes within your home. Maybe you get to beautify your home because you get an increase in abundance of your finances. We also do have Aquarius here, and so with Aquarius, this is a reminder for us to collaborate, to join forces with our community, right? Be community minded, but it also reminds us to kind of like break the mold. It kind of reminds us to rebel a bit and create our own path and be independent thinkers and be very innovative. So I do think that there's going to be this very like innovative change that is reflected in your home and in your finances. This is all super exciting news, pile 1. And then the next thing I want to do here is I want to pull some tea leaf cards to find out any additional information that would be helpful for you to know for your highest and best good. We have bell, announcement. We have flowers, happiness. What else does pile 1 need to know for their highest and best good? We have scales, keep your life in balance. And we have wreath, sorrow over a loss. We also have key, successful outcome to your problems. And we also have vase, secret admirer. Okay, so with this Uranus here in this change, oh, there's another card. Okay, we got another card that actually flew out of the deck too. So we got hand in need of help. Oh, hand in need of help, assistance, or guidance. So looking at this, maybe some of you have been through some challenges in the past. Maybe you felt like you dealt with a loss, right? And if you've been feeling down about it, just know that happiness is on its way, right? An announcement of happiness is on its way, so keep your eyes open for that. We do have key, and it's a successful outcome to your problems, so that is all great news. We do have hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. I really do feel like you're going to be supported, and it's going to help you keep your life in balance. And as a side note, some of you may have a secret admirer out there. And yes, I know that these tea leaf fortune cards can be a little random, but I just love to pull them at the end to see if there's anything else that you might need to know for your highest and best good. Okay, so thank you so much, pile 1. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you have not already. I would love to have you as a part of this community, so thank you, take care of yourself, and I will see you back on the next video. Bye! Hey Pile 2, welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 2. So we have the star card here. So with the star, you are currently manifesting hope, renewal, and faith in your finances. The star card comes right after the tower card, and the tower card can talk about destruction or chaos. So if any of you have been through any rough or turbulent times in the financial department, just know that better times are on the horizon, because the star card is the sunshine after the rain, the rainbow after the storm. So any suffering that you've gone through is about to end, and brighter times are right around the corner. I feel like the tough times made you stronger and more resilient and wise at the end. I feel like your money department is about to go through healing and a revitalization. I feel like new life is heading towards your finances, and you're about to regain your faith and trust in the universe. So I feel like you're going to have the strength to carry on and prosper during this time. For some of you here, I think that part of the way that you might manifest more money might have to do with spirituality, or to be in the business of spirituality. Some of you might, enjoy working with the mind or emotions or the subconscious, doing a lot of that deep work. Some of you could be attracted to doing tarot readings, Reiki, healing work. Those are just a couple examples. But yeah, some of you may find that you'll make money by being involved in a role that supports and guides others who have lost hope. So I really feel like this time is going to bring you a whole lot of faith in the universe and how much it can truly bless and support you. The star has this really magical, anything is possible energy, and I feel like you are going to feel a whole lot more inspired as well. All in all, I feel like this feels like a much more peaceful time for you in the financial department, pile 2. And the star represents Aquarius energy, so part of your money making could involve you doing something innovative, community-minded, or kind of like logical or tech-like. But I do feel like this is going to be a very generous time in your financial department. I feel like you're going to have your cup feeling so full that it runneth over so much that you feel like you have a lot to share with those around you as well. So really with this card, it's a sign to keep holding the faith, pile 2. The next card that I want to talk about here is transformation, and it says a fresh new way of living emerges. So pile 2, this could be a huge time of transformation for you. I feel like your old life could almost seem unrecognizable with these wonderful new changes that are about to come into your life. And I feel like any old beliefs or roadblocks or people that bring you down, or any old ways of living that no longer resonate with you, will be left in the past, and you will move into the future emerging as your new self. So really, I do feel like this is the time of your life where you can finally realize that you deserve so much better and that you can indeed manifest better things for your life. So I really think that you're going to start awakening to your great potential, and things, they're never going to be the same, and they're going to change for the better. I also feel like for some of you out there, there's a lot of lessons that you've gathered along the way on your journey towards your goals. And these lessons inevitably change us as humans as well, right? We become wiser, we become more patient and resilient. Who you are at the end of your journey won't be the same exact person that you were when you started out your journey. So I feel like people will have to do a double take when they see you, because they can recognize how much you've changed and transformed. I do feel like new opportunities and new pathways and new adventures are on the horizon for you, Pile 2. And I do feel like you're like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and you're about to go through a big rebirth, Pile 2. So get excited, because positive changes are coming your way. Ooh, okay, this is super exciting too. We have the second house and it says resources. So this is super great news, because you're going to be manifesting more resources in your life, right? So for example, financial resources or mental or emotional resources, right? Physical resources. I also feel like you're going to be manifesting a more empowered abundance mindset as well. Oops. I think I called you Pile 1 earlier. And you're Pile 2, of course. I know this. But I also noticed that Pile 1 and 2, like, even when I was setting up the cards, they wanted to stay like really close together. So if any of you were on the fence between Pile 1 and 2 when you were choosing your piles, maybe there could be a message for you in that pile. Just thought I would note that. But okay, so Pile 2, how do you feel about money? You know, do you feel guilty for desiring it? Do you feel more empowered when you spend? And really, like, how does your relationship with money make you feel, right? Because it's really important for us to acknowledge our feelings and our fears and our thoughts around money, because we can ultimately decide certain fears and thoughts are not true, and they don't have to be true for us, right? So like the example of having this fear that you're bad with money, right, can be looked at as not ultimately true, because in reality, no one is really good or bad with money, but people can be savvy with money, right? They can be smart with their money, or people can be really free with their money. People can be unattached to money. There are so many different scenarios that people can decide for themselves. So I feel like your relationship with money and finances and resources is going to evolve, and it's going to feel like something that feels supportive and nourishing. Yeah, I do feel like you're going to be looking at some of your financial fears head on, and you're going to become more objective about it, you know? So like, instead of saying, okay, like, I always mismanage my money or I spend too much, you might want to start to like create a budget for yourself, right? And not to like restrict your way of living, but to prioritize and ensure that you focus on the things that matter to you the most, right? So if you have felt like you've had a lack of resources in the money department, just know that this is about to change. When we don't have money, it's helpful to shift our focus to the resources that we do have available to us, right? Like, for example, our natural skills and talents, the support of your friends, family, and community, maybe natural resources like the ground that is under our feet, or the ocean, right? Or nature. There are a lot of things to be grateful for, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, be grateful, right? Because that's like the last thing you want to hear if you've been struggling financially. But I'm more so talking about the practice of gratitude and kind of using it in your manifestation practice, because it's actually a very powerful manifestation tool. So it can be very simple. You can just kind of declare what you're thankful for that day. It can be very simple. You can be like, I'm thankful for being alive today. I'm grateful that the sun is out, right? Or you can get really detailed. I like to use a gratitude journal. It really helps me to like sink in and like really get present with my gratitude practice. And I tell you, some of the things that I've written in my gratitude journal, like way back when, like back in time, like I remember like I really wanted to manifest having another child, and like, you know, creating another sibling for my daughter. And I would always write, like, you know, years before, like, I am so grateful that my next child is coming in divine timing. And I have 2 kids now, right? I have my daughter and my son. And yeah, 1 second. Okay, so we have the duality card here. So with the duality or banana card here, I feel like you're going to be manifesting more balance in your financial life, pile 2. And I also feel like you're going to be developing an understanding of the duality in life, and especially within your financial life. You know, for example, like you could be rich, but you can still have slower months at work, right? Or you can work for yourself and still make enough to live on. Or you can have a fulfilling career while being available for your children and their needs, right? There's so many different examples of duality. And I feel like I keep being drawn to, like, instead of things being like this or that, it's like this and that. You know what I mean? Like you can have this and that. But I also feel like this card comes like as a support when you need like that type of like kind of like balance and like stability in your life, you know? So I'm really thinking that you'll be able to ride the waves of duality with a little bit more like ease and grace. And banana also represents things like fertility and abundance and partnership and drive and power. So these could all be upcoming themes for you. We also do have the within the next few months card. So with this card, I feel like this is a great sign for whatever it is that you've been hoping for or dreaming of or wishing for. I feel like within the next few months, something is about to shift for the better. And this shift feels like it's going to bring you even closer to your goal. And I also feel like the message with this card is to continue to do your part, you know, like co-create with the universe and then start to trust that all of the pieces will come together in divine timing. I love that we have the outrageous openness card here because we are talking about keeping our heart open and keeping our faith going, and we're keeping our expectations high, right? We are focusing on whatever it is that we've been hoping for or dreaming for. And I really feel like this is a great sign for whatever it is that you've been hoping for or dreaming of or wishing for. I feel like within the next few months, something is about to shift for the better. And this feels like it's going to bring you even closer to your goal. So I do feel like the message with this card is to continue to do your part, co-create with the universe, and then trust that all the pieces will come together in divine timing. So then we do have the outrageous openness card. And so with this card, I'm feeling like you're also going to be manifesting a more receptive mode. I feel like you're going to be manifesting like being better at receiving. So for some of you, I feel like you're super hard workers, you're very self-sufficient, and you're very independent. So with that, I feel like sometimes it's hard to allow people to support us. And I feel like you're just going to be more open to having people support you in general. So this sounds really nice, pile 2. We do have the tree card here, and with the tree card, it says, nothing is more beautiful than the loveliness of the woods before sunrise. So I do think that you're also going to be manifesting some alone time, and I do feel like you're going to be manifesting. Okay, so that was just like a little side note. Sorry, that was the first thing that like came to me, alone time. But also when I looked at the tree, I was thinking that you're going to be manifesting more stability in terms of your resources. You're going to be manifesting more security, something that feels really strong and like durable and long lasting. And I feel like it's something that's going to keep growing. So yes. And then we also have the Get Quiet card. So with the Get Quiet card, it says, when do you hear yourself most clearly? In order to actively listen, you have to be able to hear your inner voice. That's a challenging task in a world that offers an all-you-can-eat buffet of distractions to keep you from turning inwards. You could avoid your own company altogether if you're not intentional. You have to proactively create the conditions where you can get quiet with yourself. There are no rules for what this has to look like. Even a minute of checking in can do you a whole lot of good. If meditation isn't your thing, try a silent car ride. If you don't connect to yourself through journaling, see if taking a walk serves you better. Treat it like an experiment. Notice what circumstances amplify your inner voice and create pockets of time accordingly. Interesting. I feel like that kind of goes with the whole like nothing is more beautiful than the loveliness of the woods before sunrise. Like it's like that alone time I was talking about. I feel like this is going to bring you a lot more clarity and maybe help you get closer to your goal in terms of like whatever it is for your resources and your finances. The next thing that I want to do here is I want to get a book divination for you. So today's book divination comes from the book Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. So let's find out what additional information pile 2 needs to know for their highest and best good. Okay, so we have the Fill It with Laughter page. So it says, a good laugh is sunshine in the house. William Thackeray. Okay, so there is little to be gained by filling your home with things, gadgets, widgets, and the latest technology. No matter how exciting these all sound, all too often they won't be used enough to have been worth the investment. If you really want to improve the quality of your life, save your money and fill your home with love and laughter instead. Interesting. So I feel like this speaks to like the abundance that's not necessarily like financial or monetary. I feel like this talks about being grateful for the other ways that we feel rich in our life, right? Like my husband and I always talk about how we always feel so rich and full of life because of our kids and because of our relationship and because of our family. It's just so fulfilling to have each other and to be around people who love you and care about you. So I just feel like it speaks to those kinds of things, the things that money can't buy. The next thing I want to do is I want to roll some astro dice to see what you're currently manifesting in your finances. So pile 2, what are you currently manifesting in your finances? So with Virgo, I feel like you're going to be like organizing or editing or like sorting out your finances. Like I feel like things are going to be like purified in a sense. Like maybe you find a bunch of things in your house that you don't use and they're actually worth quite a bit of money if you were to sell them. So you do, and you make money from like organizing or like some sort of like project. Virgo's a very hard worker, so I feel like maybe hard work could be a theme, that you've been like dealing with, and I feel like your hard work is going to pay off for sure. So with Mercury here, I also feel like you're going to be manifesting something in the realm of communication, thinking, the mind, the intellect. Maybe it's through writing or speaking, or maybe doing something like this is going to help you receive more opportunities to manifest more money. We also do have the 9th house here. And with the 9th house, I see like travel. So I feel like you're going to be manifesting maybe a vacation or travel. Maybe you're manifesting enough finances or enough money to go on vacation. But I feel like it doesn't have to be something that's extremely spendy either. If you don't want it to be, you could go out exploring, go out into nature, kind of step out of your comfort zone and kind of go beyond your own boundaries. Maybe you visit a new country. I feel like you're going to be learning a lot, like education, higher education, philosophy. That's going to be a big thing. We've got the 9th house going on here. So yes, and then we also have our tea leaf fortune cards. So I want to get, any additional information that you might need to know for your highest and best good today. Pile 2. We have dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. We have bow, you are highly thought of. These two go hand in hand. We have lion, time to act, and then we have butterfly, a change for the better. Interesting. So I think with these cards here, I feel like, you have friends that think very highly of you. You're very highly thought of in general. People really admire you and appreciate you. I also think that there's some sort of action that you could be taking that will lead you to a change that ends up being for your betterment or for, your well-being. So that's a pretty general message there, but take what resonates and leave what does not. Thank you so much, Pile 2. I hope that this reading resonated with you. Please give this video a like if it did, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of this community. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself, and I will see you back on the next video. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. The first card that we have here is the Magician. So with the Magician, you are currently manifesting. The Magician represents the act of manifestation itself. So this is great news because it could be a sign that you're manifesting money itself or manifesting more money in general. But with the Magician, you can manifest anything that you desire, right? So when the Magician shows up, it reminds us that we actually do have all the skills that we need to succeed with our dreams and our goals. So if any of you out there have been doubting your ability to make more money or to earn a better income, just know that it is absolutely possible to make your dreams come true, especially as it has to do with your finances. With the Magician here, you are being reminded of your power, Pile 3. If you can dream it, you can manifest it into your reality, and the Magician card can represent things like manifesting a new job or a new business opportunity, maybe a new love or friendship, or a new financial windfall, and pretty much anything else that you can imagine. It all just depends on what you desire. So for some of you out there, you are going to be kind of like harnessing this new financial opportunity that comes your way, and you're going to be able to make great use of your natural skills. So this is your time to tap into your full potential. Like if you know that deep down you were meant for something, this is your sign to go after it. So for example, a few years ago, I realized that I really loved working with the cards, and I had, started to become quite good at reading them for friends and family behind the scenes, and I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. And before I began my channel, I'd watch a lot of pick a card readings and other spiritual and manifestation videos. And I remember when I was in that phase of just consuming rather than creating with my own magic. So I feel like this is your sign to kind of step off from the sidelines and go after what it is that you most deeply love to do. Like, okay, what brings you the utmost joy? And what do you spring out of your bed to go and do each day? Because with this card, you're being asked to follow your bliss, Pile 3. The next card that we have here is Taking Shelter. And so with this card, it says the answers are within. So with this card, I feel like many of you are manifesting some time to take a vacation, maybe time to take some time off, or having some space to retreat for a moment. And I can tell that this group has been working super hard, putting in the time and energy and the hours towards making their dreams and their goals happen. And I feel like this is going to be a time where you have a chance to replenish your energy resources and take a moment to gather yourself before embarking on that journey again. So with the Taking Shelter card, I do feel like having some time off and taking a rest will also re-spark your passion and your drive, and new ideas and inspirations will definitely flow in a little bit more easily for you, Pile 3. This is going to be a time where you can finally indulge in some self-care and some time to nourish yourself in the ways that feel best to you. And I also feel like this is going to be a time where you nurture your sanctuary too. Maybe you clutter clear your home, maybe you organize, maybe you clean, but when we clear out the old, we make room and make way for new, brighter things to flow into our lives. So new beginnings are on the horizon for you, Pile 3. Rest and recuperation are vital when it comes to these kinds of things. So yeah, this is your sign to maybe take a break, indulge in some self-care, give yourself some necessary rest. We do have the 7th house here, and it says relationship. So with the 7th house here, I feel like you're also going to be manifesting abundance either through a relationship that you have, or you're going to be able to support your most important relationships financially. I do feel like you're going to be feeling supported both financially and within your relationships, Pile 3. And I do think that this could also represent a fruitful business partnership with someone that you feel is trustworthy and aligned with working on a team with you. I also feel like this card draws attention to the relationship that you have with money. Like, is it one that's empowering, or, is it one that feels fearful? Because we attract more of what we want from an empowered place. And, I'm just curious, like, what thoughts or fears or self-limiting beliefs about money do you still hold within you that could be released for your highest and best good? I do feel like also some of you could be manifesting a union of money or finances. Like, okay, like for example, when you open like a joint account with your partner or spouse. I mean, I'm always like, one to say that like having your own personal account is very powerful as well. But I also feel like if you want to like join or like unify something to do with your finances with a partner, with someone else, it could be helpful, right? Like it could look like opening up a joint account to save for future vacations together, right? Or like to buy a house or anything it is that you both desire. I think it's just about joining forces and like working together to kind of build a nice, stable bit of abundance. So we do have the energy card and it says orange. I think it's interesting because we have the Virgo sign on this card, and I remember that we were talking about like maybe you're going to start clutter clearing, maybe you're going to start organizing. Virgo is like the sign that knows how to purify very well. But another thing that you're manifesting in your finances is progress, and the energy here feels fast and quick. And I feel like you're about to embark on an exhilarating adventure, Pile 3. So with this card, it lies like, infinite possibilities. This is the energy of you feeling so supported and stable. And orange also represents things like abundance and wealth, good luck, personal power, and love. So these could all be themes that you see in the upcoming future for your finances. We do have the Meditation Brings Answers card here. So with this card, I do feel like whatever it is that you've been wondering about or thinking about or wishing for, just know that the answers that you're trying to find are already within you. Things like meditation, practicing mindfulness, and grounding yourself will help you to hear the insights that are already inside of you. And it'll help you to hear these insights a lot more clearly. So with this card, it could come as a sign to trust what your intuition has been trying to tell you. This is something that maybe wasn't meant to be solved with a logical mind. Maybe you were meant to dream bigger and set higher sights for yourself. Maybe some of you might turn to subconscious work or like lucid dreaming or dream interpretation to find the answers that you're looking for. But you could absolutely manifest whatever it is that you want, Pile 3. And this card kind of reminds you to just start believing in that. So with the grounded card here, I think that you're going to be able to feel a lot more stable and secure in your finances. Like I feel like it's not going to feel like this up and down anymore. It's just going to be really grounded, really stable, really steady. I also am feeling like this is confirmed with the Mountain card here, because this large mountain is very strong and sturdy and stable. It kind of represents you overcoming any challenges and reaching your goals with success. Let's see what's on the back of this card. So it says, "We need the tonic of the wilderness," Henry David Thoreau. So with this card, I also feel like some of you could be manifesting some time in nature, some time alone. Maybe like your self-care involves you going to like an onsen, right? Like a Japanese like bath house, like say you're in Japan, right? Or maybe just as like a spa day, right? Or maybe you go for a massage, or maybe you go for a walk or a hike. Maybe you take a nice long nap in your house. It just depends on whatever it is that your body has been craving. But I do feel the element of nature in this. So I feel like whether it's like you spend the whole day gardening, foraging for flowers, something to do with nature, I think that this goes hand in hand with being grounded. And I think that when our energy is more grounded, it makes it easier for us to manifest things with ease. We do have the Best Self card here. So it says, who are you when you're your best version of yourself? Get a mental picture so clear that you can feel it. Then consider when this version of you shows up. Is it often? Look for trends in the situations where you see your best self. You might even relive a memory of the last time you were the best version of yourself. Based on your reflection, how might you embody your best self today? Based on your reflection, how can you embody your best self today? I think that's a nice prompt to kind of carry throughout the week this week. If you want to focus on doing maybe one thing that your higher self knows would like nourish your body or to help you show up as your higher self, right? So if you've been wanting to connect with like-minded people and kind of find your other soul family out there, and say you love reading books, then like maybe you go to a local event at your library and you meet other avid readers, right? There's so many different possibilities here, but I just feel like this card is reminding you to kind of like commit to do that one thing that you can do to embody your best self today. If being your best self means being confident, then what can you do to embody confidence today, right? So yes, the next thing I want to do here is I want to get a book divination. So today's book divination comes from the book Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. Let's find out what additional information pile 3 needs to know for their highest and best good. Okay, so it says pack light. So a man travels the world over in search of what he needs and returns home to find it. George Augustus Moore. So it says pack light. When you travel, instead of stuffing your suitcase so full that you have to sit on it to close it, challenge yourself to pack light. Lay everything out before you pack it, making sure that you are taking what you need and no more. Make sure that the things you include work well together, allowing you to create a travel wardrobe where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah, I also think this can be interpreted as like traveling lightly, even like metaphorically on the journey, right? It's like leaving the things that we need to leave in the past and kind of traveling lightly on our journey ahead. I think it also reminds us to keep things simple, right? So maybe it's like keeping things simple in your life could help you manifest your finances with more ease. There's a lot of ways to look at this. Okay, let's also get some astro dice. Let's find out what else you are currently manifesting in your finances. Pile 3. Okay, we have Pisces, and we have Mercury. Oops. Oh, sorry, we don't have Mercury. We have Venus. And then we have the 9th house. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that with the Pisces, with Pisces here, you are going to be manifesting things that feel a lot more creative and emotionally fulfilling. I also feel like you could be manifesting more money through your creative work, through your art, through your expression, especially because we have the planet Venus here. Venus is the planet of beauty. Maybe you're manifesting, more aesthetically pleasing things in your life. But with the 9th house here, I also feel like you are manifesting like enough money to travel, or maybe some of you feel like you're going back to, like you want to go back to school, or you want to learn something or pursue higher education. So the 9th house being here supports all of that as well. Okay, and then we also have our tea leaf fortune cards. So I want to find out any additional information that you might need to know for your highest and best good. Pile 3. Woo! I feel like they all want to slip out. Okay. We have Stork, news of a birth or a business opportunity. We have Caterpillar, things will not always be this way, a change is coming. We have Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. And then we have Bull, plenty of material things. These are all great cards, pile 3. So yeah, I think some other things that you can look forward to is either the news of a birth or a new business opportunity. I think that this opportunity is going to bring you plenty of material things. It's going to keep you on your path. You're right on track. And if you're not feeling like this abundant energy right now, just know that things will not always be this way. A change is coming, and better is around the corner for you. So thank you so much, pile 3. I really, really appreciate you being here. Please give this video a like if it resonates, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of this community. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and I will see you back on the next video. Bye, Pile 3. Hey Pile 4, welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 4, you are currently manifesting with the Ace of Cups. You're manifesting a new offer or opportunity in your finances that will bring you like an overflowing amount of love and happiness. We have the Suit of Cups here, and that is connected with the element of water, and it can represent things like intuition, emotion, love, creativity, and relationships. And I feel like you're going to manifest more money through something that is very creative, intuitive, maybe something as it has to do with your emotions. But yeah, all in all, this is just a very creative energy here. Some of you may be finding out ways to start like maybe earning more by expressing yourself creatively, sharing your art, your work, and maybe like a little bit more of the inner landscape of your soul. Some of you could be earning more by utilizing your natural skills in empathy and compassion, but whatever it is that you do to earn and receive more money will also bring you emotional and spiritual fulfillment as well. This feels like a very receptive time for you, and I feel like things are going to flow into your life without you having to push too hard. The Ace of Cups can also come as a reminder for us to release and let go of anything that we're holding on to that isn't serving our highest and best good, because we do need to make way and clear out space for new, more aligned people, places, and things to enter our lives during this new start. So when you get the Ace of Cups, it reminds you to keep your heart open to the endless possibilities that are out there for you. It represents you turning over a new leaf, emotionally, spiritually, and with your creative self. So definitely keep your eyes out for positive financial news coming your way, Pile 4. This is super exciting. We do have the Cleansing Waters card here, and it says, purification activates vibrant life force. I love that you have so much of the element of water in your reading here, Pile 4. Things are going to feel more in flow. So for those of you who have been feeling stagnant in the financial department, just know that things are about to start flowing again. I feel like your finances are about to go through a cleanse and a revitalization, and maybe you start to like for example, maybe you start to like cancel subscriptions that you don't really use that have been chipping away at your bank account. Or maybe you clutter clear and get rid of things that you don't use anymore, and maybe you make some money off of it, right? There are so many different scenarios here, but I do feel like you are going to be feeling so much more refreshed in your money department. And this is the time where you let go of the old to make room for the new. I also feel like there's going to be an emotional and physical purification of yourself as well. Maybe you start drinking more water, maybe you start eating cleaner, maybe you start eating more whole foods, or maybe you just start going to therapy, or you finally start to let go of the people, places, and things that have been weighing you down and holding you back. I mean, the possibilities are really endless here, but the main idea is that you're going to be taking care of yourself and nourishing yourself on more than just a financial level. So this is a really nice added bonus, Pile 4. Any limitations are going to be washed away. So this is great news. We also have the Midheaven card here, and it says Pinnacle. So some of you might be familiar with what your Midheaven is already, but for those of you who don't, our Midheaven is something that is related to our birth chart, and it speaks to the highest point in the sky when you were born. Your midheaven represents how people see you in the world, your visibility, and your relationship to authority. It talks about your public reputation and how your natural gifts shine in the world. So I do feel like you're going to be building more authority in your community, either online or in person. I feel like you're going to be manifesting more visibility and more prestige in terms of your reputation. And this is great for those of you who are building a brand or a business or starting a creative project, right? So you might be doing something to even make yourself and your work more visible. Maybe this looks like updating or creating a website for yourself. Maybe it looks like redesigning a banner for a YouTube channel. Maybe it looks like creating merch. This could look like doing doing podcast interviews, maybe cross-pollinating your ideas across many different channels and sources. But I do feel like doing things like this will bring you more financial abundance as well. We do have the clarity card here, and it says carrot. So with the clarity card, I do feel like you're going to be receiving a breakthrough as it has to do with your finances. And you're also going to be manifesting new ideas, insights, and opportunities for yourself. This card, I think, can also represent like an increase in finances. So I also feel like you're going to be feeling an increase in your clarity and your awareness, and your judgment skills are going to be in a really good place. I feel like discernment is a very important part when it comes to building wealth. It's important to know what is for us versus what is not, or like what to invest in versus what not to, right? So you're going to be trusting yourself deeply during this time. And carrot also represents things like vision, passion, self-sufficiency, staying grounded, and fertility. So these could be upcoming themes for you, pile 4. So with the romance card, this card represents you manifesting a very important relationship. This could be one that is very helpful to your finances, whether it be a romantic relationship, a relationship in which you learn from a mentor, maybe it's a business partnership. It can look like a bunch of different things, but this relationship will definitely bring more positivity into your life. I also feel like you're going to be manifesting more intimacy with your money. Like you're going to have your finger on the pulse of your bank account. You're going to know what comes in, what goes out. And I feel like this is going to make you feel a lot more like stable and secure with your finances. So it's all great news. But yeah, I feel like this romance card also represents you making progress in your money department, kind of like unifying everything. I love that we have the ease card here. I really do think that you're going to be manifesting money with ease. I think that things are just going to like flow in. I think that, of course, it's important to remember that we do have to co-create and do our part and take action when necessary. But then part of the whole like manifestation process too is to like, once you've done your job, once you've done your work, you let it go with grace, and you kind of let the divine and the universe take care of the rest, right? You just keep trusting that all the parts will, come together. I also feel like you're going to be manifesting something that you've been nourishing a lot, because I see like we have this card that has a pail of water watering all these beautiful flowers. So I do think that you're going to be manifesting something that you've been working towards for a while, that you've been nurturing for some time, kind of something maybe that has to do with like delayed gratification. On the back of this card, it says plant so that your own heart will grow. Yeah, I think this is something, of course, that's again going to be very emotionally fulfilling. We do have the influencer card here. So it says influencers don't just live on social media. Outside opinions make their way into our decision-making process. That isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's worth exploring what's influencing you. Bring to mind 3 recent decisions, one small, one mid-sized, and one that's pretty big. If you're struggling to think of anything, try pulling up a bank statement. Walk through your thought process for each decision. Note when outside influences factor in. It might be obvious, like an ad or a sponsored post. It might be a general sense that you should do something because that's the norm. Once you surface some of your influences, consider whether or not they're helpful. Are these influences helping you to become the person you want to be? Very interesting. So yeah, I think it's just you kind of like because we're talking about your finances going through a purification or revitalization, and I think that you're going to be looking at what's influencing how you make decisions within your finances as well. The next thing that I want to do is I want to get a book divination. So this book divination comes from the book Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. Let's find out what additional information pile 3 needs to know for their highest and best good. Okay. So it says, get a life. Don't confuse having a career with having a life. Although your employers might try to convince you otherwise, there is more to life than work. The only way to make sure your work doesn't take over your life is to spend less time there. Fill your life with other activities and interests so that work has no choice to become just one small part of it. So I do think that you're manifesting more fun, more leisure time, more time to do the things that you love outside of work. And for those of you who are like entrepreneurs or you're kind of creative business owners, sometimes you do the work that you absolutely love, but sometimes it's important to take space from this, to nourish ourselves, to pour into ourselves with self-love and self-care. So yes, let's get some information from our Astro Dice. Let's find out what else you are currently manifesting in your finances. Pile 4. Okay, we have a lot of 9th house coming up in these readings. So we got Virgo. We have Virgo, and then we also have Pluto. We have Virgo, Pluto, and the 9th house. So with Virgo, again, I feel like this is really cool because, okay, so we have Virgo present here. We also have like this cleansing, purifying energy here. And Virgo is really great at that, at purifying, at cleansing, organizing, clutter clearing. So yeah, I feel like there's a strong Virgo presence here in your reading. Some of you might even have Virgo somewhere significant in your birth chart, or this is just the energy at play here. We do have Pluto, which is the planet of rebirth, right? Is the planet of change. So, you know, I do think that your finances are going to be going through a big rebirth, a big positive change. And we do have the 9th house. So this is everything to do with travel. You could be manifesting travel, a vacation, some time off. You could be manifesting the finances to maybe take a new course of study. Maybe you're focused on higher education, philosophy, learning something like that. But yes, all in all, this reading is very, very exciting. Pile 4. Let's also get some more information from our tea leaf cards. Ooh. So, okay, let's get some more information for you from our tea leaf fortune cards. What else does pile 2, what else does pile 4 need to know for their highest and best good? We've got lobster, financial pinch. Okay. Lobster, financial pinch. We've got crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. We have skull, hidden secrets can harm you. We have, we have fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. We have axe, forces working against you. We have diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Ooh, so many cards. Okay. So we have hat, you will be playing a different role. We have angel, spiritual guidance, and we have, and yeah. Okay, so looking at this, for those of you who feel like maybe some forces are working against you, like you've been in a financial pinch or like in some financial lows, just know that, like, basically, okay, so I'm looking at this diamond here and I'm thinking like diamonds are created like under pressure, right? Diamonds aren't created with ease, they're created under pressure. So for those of you who have been through a financial, pinch, you feel like you've been facing obstacle after obstacle, just know that you are being guided, you're being protected from harm, and you'll be receiving a gift, or maybe you're giving a precious gift. We do have news of a birth or conception of a child or an enterprise, right? So a business, this is very, very good. You'll be playing a different role. Maybe some of you are going to be moving from being an employee to an employer, or like from being an employee to boss, or maybe being your own boss. The skull, the hidden secrets, I'm thinking about that is like, I keep being drawn back to like, almost like hidden, not hidden subscriptions, but like subscriptions that we don't pay attention to, and they keep like chipping away at our bank account, and you're like, I don't even use Netflix, right? Like something like that. So it's more about like taking a very objective look at your finances and being like, oh, like, guess I still want to invest in this. This maybe not so much anymore, and just kind of purifying everything. And yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, pile 4. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of this community, and thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you back on the next video. Bye, pile 4.